People look at stories through different lenses. I have my own take on some of these trending issues. Hi, I'm Mariah Ramharack and welcome to In Case You Missed It.
Alright, so hello and welcome to this week's episode of In Case You Missed It on SportsMax and Seeing TV. Jamaica are the 2024 CG United Women's Super 50 Cup champions for the first time since 2014. This despite a 5-wicket defeat to Guyana in their final match of the tournament. Well, joining us today to discuss this Super 50 title is one of the top performers of the Jamaican side, all-rounder Chinelle Henry. Congratulations on the Super 50 win, Chinelle, and welcome to In Case You Missed It. How are you doing?
Hi, Maria. Thanks for having me. I'm doing well, actually. Today is kind of a recovery kind of day. We have a next game tomorrow in the T20 play. So everything is going according to plan so far.
Yeah, I know today is an off day, so of course, you want to take the time to rest. I want to thank you, though, for taking the time to, of course, chat with me. After this interview, though, how do you plan to spend the rest of the day?
I think as a team, we have a little fun activity in the pool, as part of recovery also. So I think after this interview, that's actually where I'm headed.
Oh, so that should be fun. It's always good to get that rest that you need in between match days and be able to, of course, separate competition and, relaxation. So, Shin, I was listening to an interview that you did, right, ahead of the 2023 South Africa World Cup. And you said in that interview that you don't talk too much and you only talk when it's necessary. So I have to say, I'm so happy that, one, you agreed to talk to me on this interview. But, what I took from that is it your style to just let the bat and ball do the talking for you?
Yeah, I think over the years, that's just how I've been. I mean, in every setup that I've been, I'm just one of those person who just like to, just sit back and observe a lot. And I think that's how I pay more attention to my game personally. That's how I, know what I'm going to do tomorrow, the day after that. I think I just take that alone time, that quiet time, to actually just plan and how to execute my game.
Yeah, silent but dangerous, because when you're quiet, you're of course observing and looking on. Did you always want to be a cricketer though? How did that happen? Like, when did you realize that, hey, I want to do this thing and I want to do it professionally?
Actually, to answer your question, no. Growing up, I played everything, actually. Every sport you could actually think about. I went to a lot of competitions for various sports, football, tennis, track and field. It was a lot. It was a lot of stuff. I think for me, it was more about my dad, actually. Like every weekend as a kid, I would follow him around to go see him play because, he played like at the club level here, back home in Jamaica. So it was about, seeing the joy that he had playing cricket. And I was actually good at playing too. And I think for me too, it was about what I was most happy doing. And I think cricket was really the thing that I find most enjoyment in doing. So I just stuck with it.
Yeah, I didn't know your dad actually played cricket. So that means, Shin, that cricket actually runs in your blood and it was just meant to be.
Yes, a lot. And my two brothers also, they tried, but I think they chose soccer. But yeah, that's just what happened. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I know the T20s have already begun for you, but how much of a relief and honor is it to bring home a Super 50 title for your country, Jamaica, who, of course, didn't win this title since 2014?
I mean, it's actually a relief for us, especially for the core of senior players that we have in the team. I mean, we have been together for a while, and I think we stuck with the task, we stuck with the plan, because the whole idea was, we have to win one more title. I guess for those players who decided that, whoever it may be, who decided that they're probably not going to do it again for whatever reason, I think this year was the year that we decided that no matter what it takes, we're gonna go to St. Kitts. We're gonna show up. We're gonna perform. We're gonna be the best team in the tournament. And I think since day one of the competition, we kind of stomp our authority on the tournament, and we turn out victorious and champions.
Yeah, you all have really been looking dangerous, I have to say. I've been following every one of the matches, and Jamaica is the team that, of course, everybody wants to beat. So your team, though, was undefeated in the Super 50 competition until the last match of the tournament, where you lost that one to Guyana. But of course, this didn't affect your chances for the title. In your estimation, Shin, what do you think sets your team apart from the rest of the teams in the competition?
I think we showed character. I mean, we are talking about the Super 50, but I think even yesterday when we played Guyana, I think the whole team, everybody was like, we're allowed one bad game in any tournament we played. And I think that bad game was that last Super 50 game we played against Guyana. And I think going out yesterday, we decided that, look, we have been the best team in the tournament so far. We showed our class in the 50 over. So we're going to stamp our authority on also this T20 blade. So I think in this setup right now, we have a lot of talents, we have a lot of character, and I think everybody in this setup wants to do good. So I think with the experience of the senior players and, a couple of the youngsters coming in for the first time, we really, really know what we have to do as a unit. And I think that's what has been the standout for us this season.
And do you think also that the fact that Barbados was without regular skipper Hayley Matthews, it made your chances a bit easier to get the title? Because it's no secret, whatever Hayley adds to her team, she's dangerous.
I mean, yeah, we know that, Hayley is actually the best female cricketer in the Caribbean as we speak. I mean, we know that. She's also the West Indies captain. And I know it was a big miss for Barbados, but we must say that even if she was here, we would have still went out and played hard cricket. Like I said, it doesn't matter who we were playing. And I mean, a lot of us didn't even know that Hayley wasn't going to be a part of this the regional competition until, I guess the women IPL came out that she was going to be there, or how far her team got in the competition. But I think we came this year not wanting to play names, but just going out there and just showing that we were champions for like a couple of years back. Like you said, we haven't won the competition since 2014, and I mean we knew what it takes to be champions. And I think we went back on experience, things we used to do, like from the last time since we won the 50 over competition. As I said, with the youngsters coming in, we knew what we had to do, and it didn't matter who we were playing or who wasn't here. We had one goal, and that goal was to come to St. Kitts, win the Super 50 competition, and also to bag the double. So we have a dream, and I think everybody supports that dream, and that's what we're heading towards.
Yeah, and it must feel good to know that you have a fit Stephanie Taylor as your skipper and on your team, because I feel like Steph, just adds so much value to this squad.
Definitely she does. And I mean, last year I missed out on the competition also with injury, and I was watching from home, and I was seeing how she was struggling. I see how the team was struggling, especially when she was not on the field. We ended up playing a lot of games without her. And I think, having, as you said, a fit Stephanie Taylor brings so much to this team, batting, bowling, especially her leadership. And a lot of people in this team looks up to her because she has so much to bring, not just from a cricket perspective, but a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge towards the game and what it takes to be champion. So, I mean, it's really good to have her fit and available for this entire competition.
Yeah, and there were also some other standout players, Let's talk a bit about how much Shadeen Nation and Rashada Williams contributed with the bat. They were superb.
Nation, she has been around for a while. She's like a veteran in the team. She was a part of the West Indies setup, so she has the experience and she knows what it takes to win. As for the young Rashada, she was the captain of the A team, the West Indies A team. She plays West Indies cricket, so she has the experience, and I think we just use that as the senior players, people who have been in other competition. Example for example, West Indies level franchise cricket. I think we use that to our advantage. That once we bank on those skills, those experience, we have what it takes as senior players to lead these young people. And it was really, really, really pleasing to see Shady Nation and Rashada Williams putting their hands up and saying that this year I'm going to take the responsibility to do whatever it takes to bring this team success.
Yeah, and another player taking responsibility, Ashmini Munisa. She was stellar with the ball. How is it working with her and having her on your team?
I mean, playing with her at West Indies level is really a good thing, especially the fact that she's really young. And knowing her, I think, for the past 2 years and see where she has become, it's really, really, really good. And I think not only her, they have a lot of other young players on that Guyana team who's like really, really good, and to know that they are part of the West Indies setup, to see that we have a future, to see where West Indies cricket is heading is really good. And I just hope that they continue to learn, and I hope that they continue to know that they are the future in everything cricket in the Caribbean.
Yeah, and you were great yourself also. You had some brilliant individual performances. That 93, I was sad because I wish you got the 100, and then you had 6 for 31. So brilliant performances by you, Shin. How satisfying is it when you are able to go out there and contribute to your team's win?
I mean, as you said, as the type of player I am as the all-rounder, playing in the West Indies level, everybody expects you to come to regionals, show your class, show why you're the best, one of the best in the region who's selected to represent West Indies. And I think that's what I use to go there. And I feel like I am that player, and I'm one of the best players in the Caribbean because I was chosen to play for West Indies. And I think that coming to regionals and stamping my authority, stamping my class, and making the outsiders, everybody seeing that, okay, this is the reason that I'm selected to play West Indies cricket. So I think going out there and just helping my team in as any way possible, bat ball. And I think I'm at an advantage here where being an all-rounder, I have a chance to do stuff with the bat, I have a chance to do stuff with the ball and also in the field. So I think coming back this year to regionals is a really good thing for me. And as I said, I could see why we're doing so well this year, because everything is just working according to plan so far.
Yeah, and I remember this former head coach, Courtney Walsh, when you all were getting ready for the 2023 South Africa World Cup, one of the things he was quoted as saying is, she is our number one all-rounder. How much do you pride yourself in this role? I know, you said you get the opportunity to, of course, get runs with the bat, and if you don't do that, you can make up with the ball. How seriously do you take this job of being, as coach said, the number one all-rounder?
I mean, when he also said that to me, and I mean, a number of my teammates have said that too. And I didn't even think that I could be that all-rounder that everybody else sees me to be. And I think by just talking with him a lot and putting more pride, I would say, into my game, especially into batting. And I think over the past, since he has said that, I think I have put a lot into it, especially that Ireland series that just went by. As as I said, I just came back from injury. I didn't even bowl probably 10 overs in that tournament, and I just like, okay, cool. They see me as the number one all-rounder in the region. I'm gonna show it, and I showed up in that tournament with the bat. And then I guess I just said to myself that I guess now I see the reason why they said that they see me as the number one all-rounder in the West Indies cricket. Middle order all-rounder. Like, I can be as dangerous with the bat as I am with the ball. So I took that very seriously, and I started putting more pride and more everything into what I do, because I realized that when I am on my best game, the team, whichever team that I am in, does well.
So Shin, the T20 blaze has started and Jamaica has been doing really, really well. What are your chances, and I know you mentioned it before, but how confident on a scale of 10 are you that you can complete that double for Jamaica?
We're actually pretty confident as a team. As I mentioned earlier, the only team to have beaten us in the Super 50 was Guyana, and we crossed that hurdle yesterday. So, I mean, for the remaining 3 matches, I mean, we're pretty confident that we did it in the Super 50, we could do it in the T20. So that's the same intentions we're going out with for the remainder of the 3 games starting tomorrow when we take on Barbados.
Yeah, and tell me a bit about the strengths now of this T20 side. What makes the T20 players, this bunch of players, so special?
I mean, we have a mixture of youth, experience, everything. We have some all-rounders. We have, I guess, everybody to do what's required to win. And I think that's what we have this year that we didn't have last year. And we rely on each other. We back each other's strengths, and we play as a team. So, I mean, whatever happens, we know that we have each other's back. And I think strength and unity is something that we have this season that probably we haven't seen in a while. And I think we're relying on that as a unit to get us over the line, along with our individual talents.
Yeah, you all are really on the right track. And, I look forward to see how the rest of that T20 competition goes. But I want to switch a bit now to one of my favorite competitions, the Caribbean Premier League. That competition lives on your home of champions, SportsMax, and it's usually around August. You had a really good season with the Barbados Royals, who are defending champions last year. How much are you looking forward to that competition this year?
I mean, I'm pretty excited. I spent the first 2 seasons of the Women's CPL with Barbados Royals, so I'm definitely looking forward to this season again, hopefully with the Royals. But it was really good. I mean, the first year we had less overseas players. Last year we had a few more. So, I mean, the experience of those players, what they learn from their respective countries, they come here with a lot of knowledge. So, we teach them, they teach us. So it's about learning from each individual that's in the setup. And I mean, it's a good experience to get a break from, regional competition, international competition, and just enjoy playing cricket, enjoying each other's company, other players from, as I said, overseas. Instead of playing against them, you're playing with them. So that's a really good plus for players in the Caribbean to learn from and grow their game.
Yeah, they call it the biggest party in sport, and for those of our viewers who had the opportunity to attend a CPL match, I'm sure they understand why it's called that, because of course it's a mix of entertainment, music, laughter, fun, and top-class cricket. So really looking forward to that. And you touched on it just now, but I'm going to ask you to expand a bit. You spoke about the importance of getting to rub shoulders and play and learn from international cricketers like the ones that play in the CPL. How important, Shin, are competitions like the CPL to the growth of our very own West Indies players?
I mean, we've talked about it a lot, especially when it comes on to growing women's game in the Caribbean. And to know that, CPL took that initiative along with CWI to make sure that female girls in the Caribbean have that chance to experience playing with international players, experience playing with, legends. Like last year, we had, some of the best international players available playing with us last year, the Bates, the Divine, the Ishmael. So I think, especially for me, those are people that I look up to in terms of batting, bowling. I mean, Ishmael, even though she retired, is probably one of the best female fast bowlers in the world. So, I mean, having those players playing with you in the Caribbean, playing next to them, learning from them, it's a really big plus for us in the Caribbean, especially for young girls who wants to play the game, who wants to play West Indies cricket. So I think having them here, and hopefully we can have the probably same amount we had last year or even a few more this year would probably help us to continue to grow the women's game in the Caribbean a lot.
Yeah, Ishmael is one of my personal favorites. Had the opportunity to spend some time with her during the CPL, then of course watch her light up the WPL. So, I understand what you mean when you really get to work with players of that caliber. It must, of course, benefit your game in some way. And Chinelle, when I look back at you from when you started and to where you are now, there's a massive improvement. Everybody can see it, to the point that everybody says, now you are an asset to any team that you belong to. Talk to me, because most times people see you doing all these magical things, but they're not aware of the work that went into this Chinelle Henry that they're seeing now. Talk to me about that.
I mean, a lot of work has gone into, especially the fact that I struggled with injuries over the past year. A lot of work has gone into, constructing better programs where, for me, a lot of individual sessions, batting, bowling. So a lot of off-season work has been put in place for me. And I think that's what has been helping me and my game to improve, along with, of course, when you go to camps, when you go to tours, stuff like that. But I think I took it on myself because, everybody telling you have the ability to be one of the best players in West Indies. You have the ability to be the best all-rounder. And hearing that now is like, okay, this is what I have been working towards.
So what's the next West Indies assignment that's coming up?
We go to Pakistan. We have an away series in Pakistan in April. So we have, three ODIs, 5 T20s. So after regionals, we have like a short break, and that's where we're headed.
Yeah, that's a big assignment. How do you feel, though, about your overall performances with the West Indies women's team? Last year, you were grabbing the headlines as usual with match-winning performances.
I mean, pretty confident. I think from last year to regionals to, this competition, I think if I can continue to keep improving, especially where, whatever they need me to do, bat or ball, if I can keep improving in those aspects, I think I will be a key asset to this West Indies team moving forward over the next years. So I really look forward to this next assignment, which is Pakistan, and I'm hoping for great things. Again, series win with this team.
And any advice to young girls who want to play the sport professionally?
Yeah. Cricket is a lovely game. You have a lot of opportunities, and if this is something that you want to do, you get to travel the world, you get to see a lot of things, you get to do something that you love. So if this is something that you want to do, I encourage you to do it. Continue to work towards it. If West Indies cricket is something that you want to do, we are already building something here for young girls to come after this generation. So if this is something you want to do, just continue living your dreams and going after it. And there's a lot of rewards where cricket is concerned.
So Shin, this is my favorite part of the show. You have to be quick, like those catches that you take when you're on the field. So of course, okay, you just say the first word or phrase that comes to mind, right? So are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, favorite Jamaican dish?
Ackee and saltfish.
Best part about being a West Indies cricketer?
I get to see the beautiful world and make memories.
Who's your favorite cricketer?
A.B. de Villiers.
What's your least favorite social media app? The one you don't like?
Twitter.
Okay. What song are you currently listening to?
What song am I currently listening to? Rush by, I can't remember the name, but it's like a African kind of song. Yeah.
Arya Star?
Something like that. It's called Rush. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the one. Now we're talking.
Yeah, that's a good one. So this one might be a difficult question, but let's see. Who's your funniest West Indies teammate?
Haley Matthews.
Ooh, Haley got jokes. When you're not playing cricket, what are you doing?
Video games.
Oh yeah, I was told that. I forgot. Who's the last person you texted?
My roommate.
Okay. What's the most memorable wicket you took?
Elise Perry.
That must feel good. I can only imagine getting that wicket. So, Shin, if you were not a cricketer, what would you want to be?
I think I would probably be I don't know, like a teacher or something. I've always wanted to do that growing up.
Ooh, do you have
helping
patience?
people is something, yeah, and helping people is something, listening and stuff like those. I'm really, being an introvert, kind of not fit with that, but I'm really good at doing stuff like that.
Ooh, I wonder what type of teacher you'd be. That would be fun. So that's it for us for the rapid fire segment. We're just going to head across now to social media to see what they've been saying about you. Let's see. Okay, so this is when Barbados Royals was doing really well last year in the CPL. The team tweeted this: Chinelle Henry slayed it, and of course, best bowling figures 6 for 31. So you seem to be getting all these sixes, and best individual score. So this is a 93 the runs that you made, and the most sixes 4. What do you have to say about that tweet from your CPL bosses?
I mean, it was pretty awesome when they actually sent it to me on Instagram.
Yeah.
When I saw it, I was like, ooh, they're really watching. So
Yes.
they actually know exactly how many sixes, all of that stuff. So they're really following. So it was really good to see. And I hope, the remainder of the T20 games, I will have some more stats for them to post about.
Yeah, they need to keep an eye. They need to keep an eye on what you're doing, because CPL is almost here, and they need to see, if you're going to make any sense for them.
Yeah, yes, I know. Like I said, in the remainder 3 games, I'm gonna show, my class, continue to show why I've been selected to play for them for the past 2 years, why I've been selected to represent West Indies and also my country. So, the next 3 games will be really important for me.
Yeah, let's take one more social media reaction, and then you can go and, of course, enjoy the rest of your evening. So West Indies Cricket posted this one: champions Jamaica Scorpions are the 2024 CG United Women's Super 50 Cup winners, and a lot of congratulations there. So just one last comment on, of course, West Indies celebrating that victory.
I mean, it's really good to see that we're out there where people are watching. And even with the male competition going on, people still take time to watch, our regional competition. So that's really good. We've been asking for more recognition in the Caribbean, and I think we're starting to finally see that bit by bit. So that's really good. So I think, moving forward, if we can continue to build the social media platforms, get more recognition, continue to play a lot more cricket in the Caribbean, then things will look good for us for years to come.
Yeah, and Shin, I want to wish you, all the best. Congratulations again. I'm so happy for you, and I hope you continue to dominate as you've been doing. Thank you for your time, because you didn't have to do this. It's your holiday. And all the best in the T20 blaze.
Thank you.
All right, take care of yourself. So viewers, that's a wrap for today's show. Be sure to like, share, and comment, and let me know who else you'd like to see on In Case You Missed It. Goodbye for now.